Watcher, what can I do for you?
Ado, Watcher. I hope you aren't staying too long. Insanity seems to follow you, and I just finished reordering the shelves. Oh, I'm very glad you survived, of course. What can I do for you today, Watcher? I can spare a few moments. She's nice, no? A little intense, maybe. She gets results. Always to the letter. Oh, him. Good family. Sensible. Big plans for the Deadfire he has. Big, expensive plans.
Hello, my lord.
Welcome back. Governor Alvari will see you.
Ah, there you are. The final piece. Have you noticed our new guests? There are big changes coming here at headquarters. It is only right that you are here to witness them. I have called together a meeting of the Songreta Mea Compressa. Our esteemed investors have come to hear Director Castol's excuses for squandering their fortunes. You've witnessed Castol's mistakes personally, and you know what is at stake for us with Ukaizo. The Council will want to hear from you, the Cantonucesi in particular. The company needs new leadership. Leadership that can make effective use of its most important allies. Let us start here, striking a fine impression before the wealthiest men and women in Eora. Of course. If I did not believe it with all my soul, I would not dare to trouble the Council. Men have died for less. You will attend the trial, I hope. Your testimony is a vital part of the proceedings. Indeed. Come then. I'll send for our esteemed guests. Meet us upstairs when you are ready. Welcome back.
Underway. I see you have wasted little time in involving yourself, Lord. Director Castol, Governor Alvari, you are both here?
Indeed, Your Excellency.
Yes, Your Excellency.
And this is to be your witness?
A moment, Nero. Is that not Pelagina Mesrai? Have we brought one exile to welcome the other?
Duke Remasi, Maestras and Mestres. I'm here to assist in these proceedings, nothing more.
Most esteemed guests, this is the Watcher of Cadnua.
We were sorry to hear of Cadnui's fall, Lord. How interesting to find you here. You have my sympathies.
Will this not distract from the matter at hand? Look at him.
Let us begin, if the clerks will attend the roll. Albina Carnetto, Duke Remasi Storanzo Miscelona, the Archmage.
Devils take your role, Nero. This isn't the Songreta Ducala. We are all here. Let's get this over with.
Wouldn't be a Valiant hearing if someone wasn't feeling combative.
They may not be violent, but these fine people are all ruthless in their own way. The roads they took to reach this room are littered with their enemies.
If this goes badly, at least there's enough wealth in this room to cover our funeral expenses several times over.
Very well. Then let me extend my sincerest thanks to our shareholders in attendance.
Ah, the Songreta Mea Compressa. They have made the largest investments in the company's holdings.
In deference to present company, we will proceed in etira. Director Castor, you stand accused of nothing less than gross incompetence, mismanaging of resources, willful deceit, grave charges all. We have examined the evidence available to us. The numbers are not in your favor, Director, but you will have the opportunity to explain yourself. Now, Alvari.
Agrasima, Your Excellency. Estimated Council, I bear Maestro Castor no ill will. We have always treated one another with great respect, but his time is past. I put it plain. The company is bleeding resources. We have identified numerous sources of Adra, and yet, how much of it ever reaches the republics? The expedition to Pocahontas was but the latest failure. Trained workers and supplies gone, and for nothing.
You mean to say that the vein was secured in the end?
Well, that is... yes, Your Excellency, but...
A strange argument. We are concerned with results, Alvari. As far as I can see, the expedition was a success.
I have more, Your Excellency. Your coin, lords and ladies. Where has it gone all this while? Not to mines and industry, no. The director has spent the bulk of it on frivolous experiments.
That is absurd. Animancy research has gotten us where we are today.
Precisely.
Enough, Alvari. Watcher, you have had some involvement in these experiments. Do you have anything to add? An interesting point. We have heard much of Akaizo in recent days. I wonder, Director Castor, just what are your plans for the fabled city?
Ukaizo holds an enormous quantity of luminous Adra. Our research has already yielded results. If we can establish an outpost there, then... If we take this opportunity, we can accomplish far more than we initially believed. I could make you rich, lords and ladies, beyond your wildest dreams.
You may be rich in a century or two. Have you that long to wait? Some of you perhaps, but all? Dreams are all Castle has to offer. We have scores of Adra sites mapped to detail. Why not focus our efforts there? Castle risks your fortune on illusions.
That is true. We have mapped these deposits for years. The closer we travel to Ondra's Mortar, the denser the deposits. Even Alvari knows this.
Much to my dismay, I can no longer dismiss that statement out of hand as lunacy.
Even if there is Adra past the mortar, let us grind down the whole of it and be done with the place. Or will the Songreta war against the natives and sea monsters for the next 100 years?
I believe the case before us is quite clear. Alvari, have you anything further to add?
My lords, ladies, our enemies will make for Ukaizo in short order. The Valiant Trading Company must be ready. It needs decisive, effective leadership, now more than ever. With the Watcher's aid, we have the opportunity to claim an overwhelming victory. One that will carry us all into the history books.
Assuming he means to help us.
We will see. Well,
you have heard all the accusations against you. Castal, any final words?
Everything I do to help the company. You know this. 2 years ago, you entrusted me to establish the Luminous Adra trade. I will continue to serve you, dutifully, and to my best ability. I know now that Alvari has hungered after my position for years, just as she will hunt after yours if you allow her to rise. She would cast Margaret off her throne if she could.
Maestras and mestres, I cannot deny that Director Castal has jeopardized the company's interests in the Deadfire. But his ambitions align with those of the Republic's. Such ambitions carry risk, but they also bring the potential for your company, for our republics to become the uncontested leaders of the world to come. I am speaking of more than gold, more than prestige. Success will bring the power to shape the future as you imagine it could be. No, as the people in this room cannot yet imagine it could be.
You inspire much loyalty, Castal. If only it were so amongst your own peers. It is time. Let us put the matter of Castal's dismissal to a vote. All in favor? You have overreached, Alvari. And the Sangreta does not take kindly to being called away from our business to indulge your schemes. Sate your ambitions in the living lands. Lueva Alvari, I hereby strip you of your rank and title, and pronounce you exiled from the Valian Trading Company and the Valian Republics by order of the Sangreta Mea Compressa.
This is a serious mistake. You can't do this to me!
I believe that brings this meeting to a close. Agrasima Watcher.
I must see the shareholders out, but please, let us speak afterwards. The living lands. Poor Alvari. I cannot stop thinking on it. How easily it might have been my fate. All my achievements gone in an instant. Well, she brought it on herself, didn't she? The members of the Sangreta, they are not to be taken lightly. Well, I am still director, and our ambitions have not changed. We move forward. The Council wishes for results, so we will give them results. The Royal Deadfire Company will not sit idly by while we claim Ukaizo. If we set out now, they will do everything in their power to stop us. Which means we can no longer afford any doubts about where our loyalties lie. Or...
No captain of mine sails against the homeland. It's that simple. If you've got any ideas, I'm not beyond hearing them. How do we get past this, Captain? I've got a pretty good idea. If you don't, then you've got your principles on backwards. But Rawatai needs all hands on deck. And I won't just turn about on my career. Well, sometimes it takes more than a punch to make a dent. You should know that already, if what I've told you about is any indication. You were more than complicit in my activities, Captain. I seem to recall you handled yourself well enough. You don't know what you're talking about. Not exactly how I wanted to end this friendship, but here we are. I guess we're done with each other, unless I happen to catch you in my sights.
What? Watcher, please, you cannot. How can we stop now, at the very edge of success? Well, clearly I misjudged you, to say the least. I believe we're done here, Watcher. I have no further need of your assistance. You will find no friends here, Watcher. I suggest you leave.
Captain.
The Living Lands. Well, she brought it on herself, didn't she? The members of the Songretta, they are well, I am the royal dead, which means...
No captain of mine sails against the homeland. It's that simple. I'm playing this by ear. Nothing's off the table. How do we get past this, Captain? Not exactly how I wanted to end this friend. I guess we're done with each other. Unless I happen to catch no promises. Come along, Ishi. It's back to just you and me.
An unfortunate business. We may not officially be at war, but some of the less expected consequences feel much the same. So, we know the threat that the Royal Deadfire Company poses. We must strike first. The Royal Deadfire Company has a primary powder house in the Brass Citadel. The bulk of their powder is stored there, and from there delivered to the greater portion of the ships of the Royal Fleet. Destroying that powder house would make for a crippling blow against the fleet. Enough to make an occupation of the Deadfire seem little better than a fever dream. Of course, the building is very well defended. You cannot simply walk inside. It might be impossible if the Royal Deadfire Company had not decided to use the Adra formation inside the powder house as a source of illumination. With Alet's machines and your talents, walls are little obstacle. In truth, the trickier part will be to get you out before you are caught in the blast. The powder house is a tinderbox waiting to blow. But Alet has a solution. A device that will give you time in which to make your escape. She will explain more. She waits for you at the spire. Remember, be cautious. If anyone learns of our role in this, we may wish that the Songretta exiled the both of us. Watcher.
Does it ever trouble you? being so far removed from the rest of your order?
You gonna call me heretical too?
Of course not. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
I didn't mean to jump on you. I'm just used to being called names.
It's all right. I understand the feeling.
I'm not hungry.